Hey guys, welcome back to one of Nick's movie reviews. Like usually on Thursday nights, I did a new movie tonight. My options were between Den of Thieves or 12 Strong. And I really was not interested in Den of Thieves. Like, there's nothing about that really caught my attention. It looked like a action heist movie on steroids that just does not appeal to me. I'm sorry, Gerard Butler hasn't done anything for me since Rock and Rolla. So I decided to go see 12 Strong. Now, I only knew very little about the story that they were going into, and all I remember is how cool, not cool, but how awesome of a story this is. Like, it's kind of like America's Trojan Horse or America's 300 in a way. Like, we took 12 people on horsebacks to attack tanks, and that just to me initially was interesting. So I went into this, I'm not going to say with high hopes, because I already knew off the boat Chris Hemsworth in a movie is, if it's not Thor, it's not going to be very good. Just look at Black Hat and all the other things that he's failed miserably with. But I thought that the story needed to be said and needed to be seen, so I was interested in seeing how this movie planned out. So I went to go see 12 Strong. Hopes high, ready to see some pretty awesome, army action film. And the action was there, of course, but it did fall very flat. The director is kind of an unknown, Nikolai Fogellassi or something like that. He hasn't really done much. Meanwhile, the cast, other than Hemsworth and Michael Shannon, you've got some nice little role players. Jeff Stoltz, Thad Lincoln Beld or whatever. Michael Pena, of course. William Fincher has a role in there. You get all these character actors in there, but none of them are strong enough to carry a movie. And this is a story that needed to be carried. This is a story that needed to be told, needed to be directed by a great director, and it needed to have top billing. Now, especially for a cast. And I get it, this is a newer director, so he has to spend most of his money on the action scenes and the explosions, and then just kind of throw in some character actors that people recognize. And, he probably got super lucky getting a hold of Chris Hemsworth, who's Australian, first off. But, I'm not going to get into that whole thing. But he unfortunately does not do a very good job with these actors. They have very inappropriate one-liners throughout the movie. They have very poorly timed one-liners, I guess I should say. There are scenes that are just unnecessary and completely irrelevant from the storyline and from everything else going on. And in all honesty, it's almost as if it was a ripoff or a rehash of Lawrence of Arabia with Peter O'Toole. You could almost make parallels to the story, to the movies throughout it, and that's kind of embarrassing because the story itself of the 12 Strong or the Horseman Soldiers is a great story, and I think that was definitely something that needed to be told. I just think it needed to be done right, and this wasn't done correctly. A young director just didn't know what to do correctly, I guess, and it falls flat. They do a great job at the ending, tying everything up, showing you the real pictures, getting you invested into this, but it just isn't very good. Which is sad because it should have been a good movie. Should have been good, but it wasn't. It was very poorly done. But I do want to go ahead and tell people this weekend to go see it. I know it's not going to be a good movie, and I know it's not tough to spend money sometimes on seeing a movie. It is a great story, though, and it's something that I think a lot of people need to see just to kind of know that, what our country went through after 9/11 and what these individuals did, which is just still like awesome. Like it's yeah. I think people do need to see it, but don't expect much out of it when you go see it. So that's my take on 12 Strong, guys. From a scale from Paul Rudd to 10, I'm putting it at a 4. You know the reasons why. Subscribe and hit me up with some comments. Tell me what you guys think of the movie if you guys saw it. Leave me some comments of some movies you guys want me to do some reviews on. And I will talk to you later, guys.